Guys, the big question I have been doing a ton of research on is what's going to happen with prices and inventory nationally? Where are they headed? What are some of the things that could possibly cause, more inventory? What could possibly cause prices to go down? And I have been studying voraciously some of the best economists and top pros in the world and looking at, okay, is something going to cause more inventory, causing prices to go down? So in this video, I'm going to break down the 5 reasons why I'm seeing that prices are going to increase in 2021. And as my friends and as my coaching clients, all my great realtor friends out there, this is the video that I actually want you to do and share with all the buyers who are sitting on the fence waiting. Okay, so you're going to need to do this video too. So before we jump in, for those of you that have not subscribed or hit the notification, this month I'm going to start working on how to get sellers and how to get listings, and I'm going to go through every single one of the major strategies, and I'm going to do a deep dive on each strategy, and I'm going to walk you through the framework that I developed many years ago, which I'm going to take you through the mindset, the skills, the tactics, the marketing, the tools, the numbers, the how to do it more thoroughly. So it'll be really, really good content. So make sure you subscribe, hit that notification for those up and coming videos. All right, so let's dive in. Let's take a look at the 5 reasons why prices in 2021 are going to probably aggressively continue to increase. So as we all know that, real estate is a supply and demand game. Okay, but I've been really looking at, okay, well, what would cause inventory to increase, right? And that's what I've been trying to study. And I've been studying the best in the world. I've been looking at the top economist in the world, right? I love Daniel DiMartino Booth. She's amazing, very interesting. Bruce Norris, who is by far one of my biggest mentors, I just finished an interview that he did with John Burns, who's one of the top consultants for the building industry in the world. Then he also recently just interviewed one of my favorite economists, Mr. Doug Duncan, who is top 100 most influential economist in the world, who is one of the top executives for Fannie Mae, right? So I am not quoting myself. These are not my observations. These aren't my information. This is what I'm seeing from the top authorities in the world. Okay, so you do your own research because I want you to do this video for your buying clients, for your sphere, whether or not it's a YouTube video, whether or not it's a social media video. Please, if you haven't watched my email marketing video, this is going to be a killer email that can go out that we could create some great results. So let's dig in on the 5 reasons why prices will continue to rise. Number 1 reason is the millennials. The millennials are at the peak house formation age, and that group of younger people who are in their 35 to 40, that little segment right there, there's a lot of them in the US, huge amount of them. That group also is one of the most educated groups. That group also, surveys are showing, has the most 6-figure income jobs of any other generation before them, right? Great job, guys. That group also spent a lot of time with their baby boomer parents, so they saved a ton of money. A lot of their baby boomer parents also are giving them big chunks of money for their down payment. Are you guys as I'm saying this trend, is this anything that you're noticing in your marketplace? That millennial group is a major driver to all of the purchases right now in the marketplace. Major driver. So that group, That group also, a big shout out to Bill Pipes, did a presentation for the Tom Ferry Coaching Group where he talked about a survey that he saw from Monster.com that millennial group also has a majority of their jobs are in kind of data and tech. So in COVID, that big group didn't lose jobs and they didn't lose income. Like there weren't a massive amount of them in the service industry. So you can see we have a very dynamic and strong buyer group, the millennials. Number two, okay, is the baby boomers aren't moving. Okay, and this is something that we all need to get on. We need to get the baby boomers who have these perfect houses in these perfect communities that the millennials want to buy, but they're not going anywhere and they are staying put and they're refinancing their house. Their house is mostly paid off and they're just chilling out. So we're not seeing the inventory that we need from the baby boomers who are obviously, 60 and older. They're sitting and hunkering down in their house. We need that inventory, but they're not moving. So that is a constraint on our inventory. That's number two. Number three is COVID. Now, COVID did two things, which is interesting. COVID did two things. Number one is it positively affected real estate, of course, as we all know, which it caused a lot of people to want to go find a new home that actually satisfies their lifestyle because they were stuck at home. So it actually created a huge number of buyers. But it did two other things. Number one is it also forced a bunch of people to save money. So what we saw from, kind of that March of 2020 through to the kind of by the end of the late summer, a ton of people saved money and they got stimulus checks. They weren't spending any of their money. They weren't going out. They weren't buying anything. They were just at home. So it actually created a ton of savings. And there's a lot of statistics around this that in 2020, we as a country saved more money than we've ever had, which again, for us in real estate, that created more down payments. That's what happened. So there's more money saved for down payments. Hello. Okay, creating even more buyers. Okay, and again, constricted inventory. So the last thing with COVID is that here we are. We're going to see a huge stimulus from the government. They're going to send money into people's bank accounts. They're going to spend a bunch of money into the economy. And what do you think that's going to do into 2021? That's going to create a lot of positive economics. So all the forecast right now for GDP in 2021 is like 6% growth. 6% growth. So there's projections for 6% growth in the economy. How do you think that's going to affect real estate? Good or bad? Do you think the economy is going to fall apart with projected 6% growth? Hello. So COVID clearly has helped us out as real estate agents. We need to get this message across for all of those naysayers, who keep buying more and more Bitcoin. Tell them to sell a little bit of their Bitcoin so they can go buy a house and get a hard asset. All right, good. Let's go. The next point, number 4, is all of the major economists are all saying the same thing. Interest rates are going to stay super low. That's just the projection. Everybody's saying the same thing. Everybody's 100% on board. I just need to make sure you, my realtor friend, are delivering that message to those buyers who are sitting on the fence saying, well, rates will probably go up, right? Sorry, they're not. Okay, and with rates really low, that means that the affordability of the higher price point still makes sense on a monthly payment. Let me say that again. With rates really low, that allows higher price points to continue to grow because the monthly payment is so low. So it's not about the price point of the sale, it's really about the monthly payment of the interest rate. And with most of the baby boomers in the market who are paying cash, most of the baby boomers who are funding the down payments of the millennials, who are the millennials who have great jobs and who've saved a ton of money, who have, strong credit scores. These guys, they can afford to pay more. So with the constriction in the inventory, with all of this buyer demand, all of this economic stimulus, all of this saved money, what do you think is going to happen with prices? They're not going down. Last thing, number 5, reason why prices are going to continue to grow. And this has to do with, and thank you to John Burns, who wrote a phenomenal book that I read, thanks to my mentor, Bruce Norris. John Burns wrote a book called The Big Ships Ahead, and because he is a consultant to the biggest builders in the industry in North America. And he basically is saying that if you're in California, builders can't build. It's too expensive. So therefore, in California, for all my California friends, we don't have new construction adding inventory to compete against existing homes for sale. So we don't have that excess inventory to compete to drive more inventory, which would soften prices a little bit. So John Burns is basically saying that builders have been constricted over the last numerous years, and so we're just building less new homes. So if we're building less new homes, how does that affect the supply and demand game? It continues to restrict the inventory and the supply. So with all these other factors driving the inventory, what do you think is going to happen in 2021 with prices in your marketplace? What do you think is going to happen in 2022 with the strength of all of this momentum? Okay, so in the following videos that I'm going to do, I am going to go on a full-blown series for how to get listings. And I'm going to go through every single one of those strategies so that you, my great coaching clients, my friends with the Tom Ferry coaching, and all my new friends that we haven't met yet, we need to help all of our sphere, our past clients, our farm, our community. We need to help anyone who's thinking about selling, and we need to help them create the plan for them to make this transition. And that's what I'm going to focus on with all of you guys in the next video series. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the notification so that you're alerted of the next video that comes up, because this is what the topic's going to be for the next month or two. Hope I can help you out. I do have a couple openings in my coaching schedule. So if you want to talk to me about coaching, everything down below in the description box, you'll find all my contact information, ways to book an appointment with me and to get in communication with me. And I'd be really excited. I'm looking for a couple more great coaching clients that I can help out with on one-on-one as a Tom Ferry coach. If you want to learn more about the Tom Ferry coaching program too, if you're not in coaching with Tom Ferry, they're doing some amazing stuff right now. Inside of the Tom Ferry training ecosystem is incredible. The coaches are phenomenal. So if you want to learn more about Tom Ferry coaching, use my link down below and either learn more with me or book an appointment to get a free consulting session with the Tom Ferry company using that link. That helps me out. So hey, thanks so much. I hope that this was a helpful session. Please, social, YouTube, email, get this message out to as many people as you can. Work on your presentation of how to deliver this. Maybe watch this video a couple more times. Thanks so much. Bye.